What up, YouTube? It's your boy ZTV19, and I'm back with a sports video. And I just want to respond to two ridiculous channels that have made a claim, and this has not been official at all. And this goes out to Crispy Flakes and As It Stands. And if you go on Google search, I'm going to let everybody know, because I'm somebody who does the homework. I do the research. There's nowhere on Google, nowhere in the media world, ESPN, Fox Sports, none of these sports podcasts, not even Legend of Winning. None of those channels are talking about Steph Curry being traded to the San Antonio Spurs. That's never going to happen. I'm letting everybody know this off the top. Do not take those channels like those seriously. These are people that are just desperate for attention. That's how false rumors get started. This is how rumors and false allegations get spreaded. You got to be kidding me. Why would Stephen Curry, in his right mind, leave a team that he brought 4 championships to? He gave the Warriors 4 Lombardis. They have 5. They're tied up with San Antonio thanks to him. And the first championship was won by Rick Barry and Wilt Chamberlain, if I'm not mistaken. Back then, I believe it was the 70s or the 80s. I believe the 70s. When Wilt was in his prime before he went to Philly. Might have been before or after he went to Philly, as far as history is concerned. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but no, Stephen Curry is not leaving the Golden State Warriors. He's going to sign his extension next month. It's when his extension is officially eligible. Eligible. Excuse me. So don't believe the hype. Don't believe the rumors. Those two channels are trying to get attention. That's how stuff like this starts. Just like everybody thought that LeBron James was going to go to the Warriors, that wasn't even true. The Warriors ain't finna gut their team. This is the reason why LeBron James didn't choose the Warriors and instead went to Philly. You see how he's getting Jason Kidd? Reportedly, Jason Kidd is getting ready to sign with the Philadelphia 76ers coaching staff. Okay, that was his coach when he's with the Lakers. And on top of that, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, that played with him in 2020 with that bubble championship. It was him and Alex Caruso coming off the bench, but Rondo. Okay, he's going to Philly. Joining Jaylen Brown, that was all part of LeBron James's plan. Just letting everybody know that off the top. That was all part of the plan from the beginning. Once he seen that the Sixers traded for Jaylen Brown, and all they did was give up Paul George, he makes his way over there. That was his plan. He was never coming to Golden State. I thought he was going to go to Golden State, but then I'm thinking if you Golden State, that just makes you old. Because for starters, man, Steph Curry's going to be like 38. Well, he's already 38 now. He's like 2 years older than me. Yeah, he's going to be 38 or 39, in between that. But he's already in his late 30s. Steph going to retire when he's in between 39 and 40. Yeah, I think he's 37 now. Or 38 now. He's going to retire by 40. And Steve Kerr is in his last 2 years. He just signed his extension not long ago. Curry and Steve Kerr are about to be done. This is it for them. Steph is too old to be trying to go to San Antonio. Plus, the Spurs don't have cap room like that. People, y'all really think this is easy. This is not NBA 2K. You just can't make moves like that. Teams got to stay under the stay above the second apron. You can't go below that. That's why the Denver Nuggets are so hesitant to sign Peyton Watson right now. And supposedly they got to give up somebody else off their from their team. And supposedly signed an offer sheet from OKC. Was it Trey Jones or something like that? Like the Denver Nuggets got to make tough decision now. What they're going to do with Peyton Watson. While trying to retain Cam Johnson, Nikola Jokic, and Jamal Murray on the contract. All right, NBA management ain't easy. See, everybody love to praise the players, right? We give the players like a LeBron James all that time. We give him honor, right? We praise them, but nobody wants to honor the front office. Nobody honors the front office. Nobody honors the general manager. Nobody honors the president and give them any flowers for making the right decisions to manage the budget and keep players locked in, building a core basically. Steph Curry is to Golden State Warriors what Magic Johnson, Kobe Bean Bryant, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was to the Lakers. Okay? And Kareem was traded from Milwaukee to the Lakers. Is what Jordan was to the Chicago Bulls. What Duncan was to the San Antonio Spurs. Isaiah Thomas was to the Bad Boy Pistons when he was doing his thing. What Larry Bird was to the Boston Celtics. And even Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce stayed a Boston Celtic till he couldn't no more, till they traded him away. He would have stayed, but they traded him. So they were starting over. But Steph Curry ain't fit to be on Paul Pierce. And Steph Curry's the type of player, he requests trade. If he wants to stay on that team, he going to stay put. And mind you, this is Steph Curry that stayed on that team for like 2 different rebuilds. 2 different periods where they were rebuilding. The first one was when he first came. Because when Steph Curry came onto that Warrior team back in 2010 when Kobe Bryant won his last championship, this is when Kobe Bryant was still the man. Okay, the Warriors have been a laughingstock for years. And this is long after the Warriors beat the Mavericks in the playoffs in 2008. Yeah, I think it was 07. Yeah, it was 2007. The I Believe Warriors were Baron Davis and Steven Jackson. Now, Steven Jackson was still there when Curry came, but you had Monte Ellis on the team. And Andre Biedrins. That was a much different time. And I think you also had Ronnie Turoff over there. I think Matt Barnes was there for a little bit and he left, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man, I think he had recently came back over there. But yeah, Golden State was a different team when Curry came. And then they started drafting Klay Thompson. They traded Monte Ellis for Andrew Bogut because they needed a big man. But Klay Thompson was a gem. Harrison Barnes was a gem. They drafted Draymond Green. Okay? That's when they began to get better. Then he acquired Andre Iguodala from free agency. He left the Denver Nuggets and went to go join him, which was the best decision he made in his career because he wound up being a 4-time NBA champion. So, no, man, Steph Curry already got a legacy over there. He's not leaving. He's there to stay. Now, again, just like we saw Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, retired Laker. Just like we seen Dirk Nowitzki retire Maverick. Duncan and Ginobili retired Spurs, even though Parker retired a Charlotte Hornet because his contract, Jordan took him in. Parker is a San Antonio Spurs for life. Played most of his career with the Spurs. So no, man. Steph Curry's not going to San Antonio. And those content creators ought to be ashamed of themselves. Anybody going along with those content creators, you need help. Something's wrong with you. And again, how's the San Antonio Spurs going to pay that contract when they got Dylan Harper, okay? You got Stephon Castle over there. They don't need him. De'Aaron Fox is only 25, 26. De'Aaron Fox had a bad finals. He still got plenty of time left. Like, there's no reason to get Stephen Curry and then having to pay all that money. You're going to pay Curry over $100 million. Over. That man, see, the Stephen Curry situation ain't like LeBron's. Steph stayed loyal to the Golden State Warriors franchise all his career. LeBron bounced around from different teams. Plus, LeBron is going to be pushing 42 in September. Stephen Curry's situation ain't like Bron's. Steph is making way more money than Bron is making when he was on the Lakers. Steph is worth way more. Now, Steph going to play till he's 40, and he's done. And honestly, man, I'm just going to be truthful when it comes to the Warriors. They don't need to be worried about championships. They're not winning no more titles. They was done when they beat the Celtics, that first go, that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's first go around. When they beat the Celtics in, 2022, that was it. They were done. They were done after that. After 2022, that was it for them. That was it for Stephen Curry. Klay Thompson, because Klay is already gone. They already replaced Klay with Pokashevsky. And Draymond Green is replacing his Jackson Lindenberg. That's why Draymond Green and Jackson been beefing, because Draymond Green don't like the fact that he's out of there. He's on his way out. Jackson Lindenberg was brought in and drafted to replace Draymond Green. That's how that's getting ready to work. The Warriors need to focus on finding Stephen Curry's replacement. They need somebody to understudy Steph Curry. That's what the Warriors need to be doing. Finding that next legit point guard. Just like Wemby is Tim Duncan's replacement. Basically. They tanked for years to get that pick. To get Wemby over there. They scouted him. They took their time drafting him. Strategic. So, no. Stephen Curry is not going to be a Spur. That's come on now, man. Because since 2015, since the Warriors emerged, since he became MVP for the first time, the Spurs had not been better than the Warriors. Warriors been beating out San Antonio. Okay, the both franchises are tied for Lombardis. They both got 5 each. So just let that sink in. So don't believe the hype. That's the purpose of this video. I don't want to waste nobody else's time, but Crispy Flakes and as it stands, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Y'all look really stupid for doing that. Why y'all got people believing? Again, y'all can go Google it yourself. There's no information of Stephen Curry wanting to go to San Antonio anyway. Like, come on now. Why would he leave San Francisco for Texas? Like, that's just, come on now. Let's keep it real with ourselves. If anything, Stephen Curry going to sign and take less money. So the Warriors could try to at least make one move before their training camp start, if anything. And Stephen Curry's not LeBron James either. See, if Stephen Curry wanted to leave, he could have been left. If Stephen Curry really wanted to leave Golden State, he would have left when his contract was up before 2022. See, Stephen Curry signed multiple extensions to stay on his team. When Klay Thompson got injured, right, and Kevin Durant left, Steph could have left then and been requested a trade and left out of there. He could have been did it. In between 2021 and 2024, y'all forget, Steph signed an extension last time, like 3-4 years ago, to stay on the team. So I'm just clearing that up, man. People got to stop entertaining nonsense. People need to be calling those content creators out. I'm serious, man. Like, that man ain't leaving. You must be smoking something. You think Stephen Curry for the lead the Warriors at his age. Just like Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's basically stuck in Golden State. He's done. Jimmy Butler might as well announce retirement when his contract's up in Golden State, because he ain't going nowhere else. Ain't nobody going to take him at this point. Jimmy Buckets done got another injury, been out for the whole season. He's stuck over there now. The man ain't played in 2 seasons. Well, the season before last. So this is it for the Warriors. Warriors need to use those draft picks. They got 3 first-round draft picks for the next 3 seasons. You use those and find Stephen Curry's replacement. They need to find that next great point guard. Now, there's never going to be another Steph. We all know that. Whoever replaces Steph got big shoes to fill. But again, Steph has established a legacy over there. He's the man. He's not leaving the only team he's played for. If Steph wanted to, he could have been left. But he stayed over there because he's loyal to that fan base. Okay? He's not LeBron James. Okay? LeBron James is the only Hall of Famer out the NBA 75th amongst Steph Curry that's bounced from now on his 14. That's not Steph. Never going to be Steph. Okay? But y'all take care. God bless. Y'all stay tuned. I'll see you soon.